If you've ever felt like your money disappears faster than it should, you aren't imagining things. There's a systemic reason for that. A hidden force working against your bank account every single day. But ironically, that same reason is why a simple $35 a week habit can eventually out-earn your full-time job. Most Americans are running a race they can win. We are taught to trade our precious time for a paycheck. But time works against your paycheck through inflation. Your purchasing power is being eaten alive, while it works for your investments through the power of compounding. It's the ultimate double-edged sword. Once you understand that connection, everything changes. Your perspective on every dollar shifts. In this video, I'm going to show you how a specific Fidelity Index portfolio can transform your future. We're talking about a small weekly investment turning into $1 million nest egg. And not just a balance on a screen, but a portfolio that pays out $8,000 every single month. Let's look at the real numbers hitting your wallet. Since 2020, food prices haven't just gone up, duddies surged. We saw jumps of nearly 10% in 2022 alone. That is a massive hit to the average family. The $20 of groceries you bought 5 years ago now cost over $25. Your mortgage, your car loan, and your credit cards are all heavier now. The cost of borrowing has skyrocketed. Meanwhile, average wages are only growing at about 3.8%. It's a losing battle. That doesn't even cover the total rise in the cost of living. You are effectively getting poorer every year. But look at the stock market. It tells a completely different story over the long haul. Every crash, from the dot-com bubble to the 2020 decline, feels like the end of the world in real time. But history shows that every single one has recovered. Every single one. The long-term trend moves upward at about 10 to 11% annually. That is your edge. This is why weekly investing is the ultimate equalizer. It removes the need for luck. You don't have to be a genius. You don't have to time the bottom of the market. If the market is up, your deposit goes in. If it's down, you're buying more shares at a discount. You're essentially forced to buy low and sell high without ever checking a single chart. The snowball effect is where this gets life-changing. It starts small, almost visible. If you put in $20 a week, year one looks boring. You've only got $1,000. By year 5, you've put in $5,200, but your account is closer to $7,000. That as the snowball gathering weight. Gravity is finally starting to work in your favor. Each dividend payment buys more shares, which in turn create even more dividends. The struggle isn't the math, it's the mindset. We are evolutionary wired for quick wins. When growth looks slow, we want to quit. We think it isn't working because we can't see the curve. But compounding builds in curves, not straight lines. The magic happens at the end. Success is about picking the perfect week. It's about the fact that you invested dear week. Regardless of the headlines, regardless of the fear, you just keep going. To build a portfolio that actually lasts, you need 5 specific qualities: diversification, broad exposure, historical performance, dividend growth, and low fees. High fees are the silent killer of American wealth. They eat your future while you sleep. A 1% fee can eat 25% of your gains over 30 years. Think about that. That's why these 5 Fidelity funds are the gold standard for this specific strategy. First, FZROX. The Fidelity Zero Total Market Index Fund. This is your core. It tracks the entire US stock market with zero management fees. Zero. Ziff? Nada. It owns large, mid, and small-scale companies. You own a piece of everything in America. It keeps every penny of your return working for you instead of a fund manager's yacht. Second, FSMDX, the Mid-Cap Index Fund. This is where the hidden growth lives. While everyone chases the massive tech giants, mid-sized companies often have more room to run. This fund gives you exposure to the winners of tomorrow, the future leaders of the S&P 500. It boasts a fast 17% dividend growth rate. That is exceptional speed. Third, FITLX, the USD Sustainability Index Fund. This isn't just about being green. It's about risk management. Pure and simple. It's built for steady, long-term resilience. The kind of companies that stay around for decades. Fourth, FZROX, the Growth and Income K-Trio. This brings the perfect balance. It targets high-caloed, large-GL companies with stable earnings. The blue chips. It is the engine that provides both price appreciation and reliable payouts. Best of both worlds. It focuses on companies with long histories of raising their dividends. The dividend royalty. Even when the market cools off, these payouts help keep your compounding loop strong. If you weight these 5 funds equally, you end up with an average dividend growth rate over 15%. Let's look at the math for Josh. He's a regular guy who decided to make a change. Josh decided to invest $5 a day. That's just $35 a week. That's basically $1 into each of the 5 funds every single morning. It's the price of a coffee, a choice between a temporary caffeine hit and a permanent financial future. After 10 years, I've got $32,000. By year 20, he's contributed $36,000 of his own money. But look at the balance. His balance is now $160,000. The compounding is taking over. This is where the curve starts to turn vertical. This is where the real fun begins. By year 30, Joshy's portfolio is projected to hit $942,000. Almost $1 million from the price of a daily coffee. Let that sink in. But here is the best part. It was the best part. It would be generating $98,000 a year in dividends. That is over $8,000 a month in passive income every single month. Think about the leverage here. Josh only paid in $54,000 over those 3 decades. He isn't working for money anymore. His money is doing the heavy lifting for him. The biggest risk you face isn't a market crash. It's the risk of doing absolutely nothing. Every day you wait is a day of compounding you can never get back. Time is the one asset you can't buy. The $35 you spend this week on a few meals will be gone by Monday morning, but the $35 you invest will be buying your freedom 30 years from now. Set up an automatic transfer. Automate your discipline. Take the thinking out of it. Even if it's just $5, the amount matters less than the start date. Make the boring choice today so you can have an extraordinary life later. Discipline is freedom. Let's review these 5 powerhouses one more time. FZROX for the total market. FSMDX for that high-growth mid-cap exposure. The engines of the economy. FITLX for sustainability and risk protection. The shield for your wealth. FGRIX for that large L growth and income. The reliable workhorse. And FDGFX to ensure your dividends keep growing year after year. Imagine 20 years from now having $160,000 working for you. And finally, imagine 30 years from now being a millionaire because of a daily coffee choice. You don't need a massive inheritance. You don't need a six-figure starting salary. You just need time, consistency, and the right funds. Fidelity makes it easy. If you want to see which single index fund has the most potential to turn $10 into $2 million, would you like me to show you exactly how to set up your Fidelity account step by step? Let's get to work. Your future self is waiting for you to make this move. Don't let another week pass where your money just disappears. Change the direction. Wealth is a choice made in the small moments. Every 5 counts. The market doesn't care who you are. It only cares if you are in the game. Remember, the snowball only grows if you keep it rolling. And the dividends are the engine that keeps it moving when the hill gets flat. $35. 1 coffee. A day. $1 million later. It's your turn. Fidelity FZROX. No fees, pure growth. The core of your empire. FSMDX. Mid-cap power. The secret sauce of dividend growth. FITLX. Sustainability. Risk manage. Peace of mind. FGRIX. Large cap stability. The foundation of your income. FDGFX. Dividend growth king. The stabilizer of your future. 5 funds. 1 strategy. Unlimited potential. Don't let inflation win the race. Take the lead. Success is boring. Investing is boring. But the results are extraordinary. Be bored today, be free tomorrow. This is Liam Invest. I'll see you at the top.